sport, wet paint, big feet. I pull up and kill shit, 6 feet.
Alright, 6 feet, going deep. It's Nick Torius with
Benny Avenue.
Alright, Benny, why don't you tell us about what you do?
I'm 25. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I make music.
You make music? You're a producer, right?
Yeah, I started with the band scene like way back. I want to say like I was like 16. That's when I like.
You're into like a lot of rock music?
Yeah, like we were in like the whole hardcore scene. Like we did shows. Like we went to shows, supported like our local artists. And
how's like the band scene like molded you for like, you know, the producer scene and the rap scene?
Honestly, I feel like they're two different worlds.
Really?
In a way they are the same because music is music, but as far as like getting out there and pursuing, like, it's way different because as a producer you're going and you're trying to search for the artists. As being in the band, you are the artist and you're trying to, you know, execute being out there.
Because you're doing everything.
Yeah. So you're kind of like, but in a way, going back to what you asked, in the band, you're your own A&R, you're your own manager. Like, everyone in the band does something different. And I feel like I've taken all that experience and just put it into like producing. So that's why I feel like some of my beats, you can hear like I guess you can say like everything that I've gained knowledge-wise in my music.
Were you playing, what instrument did you play?
I was a guitar, so I wrote all the riffs, I wrote all the music. The only thing I didn't do was like write drum lines.
Really?
Like, I even did bass lines. No, I suck at the drums. Like, I can get on there, but
what about like when you're making beats? Because beats is like pretty much all drums.
Well, when I first started making beats, I originally I learned how to sample. So I literally like YouTubed like, how do you sample? How do you do this? How do you do that?
You sample the drums?
Yeah, so I would just like sample like
because most people
different
they
songs.
usually just sample like, you know, like the instruments and stuff.
The
kick.
kick.
They just put like they'll just add their own drums and that's like all they would do.
No, on FL, like literally if you get a song like an MP3, like you could chop it up and like just use that loop continuously.
Yeah.
So that's what I started as. Like I just started taking like different loops
and just like putting them together.
Because I didn't know like I didn't know what like a beat was supposed to sound like or like even like be like or whatever. So I just like literally was just like, I'm gonna make like a 10-minute song with just like this loop and then this sample, and it was like 15-minute songs of garbage. Like just samples.
When did you start actually using, did you like what were you doing? Were you like playing guitar and MIDI or like were you playing the piano?
So we were an acoustic band at first. It was a 2-piece with me and my other friend.
Why am I for your beats?
Oh, for the beats.
Like where you like plugging it in with the like were you actually playing with
No,
the guitar?
so what happened with the beats is that I had downloaded this program that they told me like, oh, you should download this program, it's for music. It really helps you out. Like, so originally I downloaded, which the program was Fruity Loops. So I originally downloaded it to try to add synths on top of like the music that I already had, that was acoustic music. So on FL, I literally just like used their stock VSTs to try to make like synths and stuff like that on top of like sampling drums to try to make like a song. Yeah, so that's where it kind of started with like FL and like production wise, I guess, like producing.
So what about when you're playing acoustic in your band?
That's like, to be honest, like I feel like that's more of like a it's like a hands-on skill because.
Well, what was your band's name?
Tomorrow's Too Late. We were Tomorrow's Too Late, and I feel like that was so long ago, and like a lot of like the people who know me, like I guess you could say like fan base, like I feel like are from that.
You guys had a big fan base?
No, it wasn't a big fan base, but we
fans?
we could like probably sell out a coffee shop, like bring a lot of people.
Oh really?
Yeah, and we would like. It was fun. It was like a good time, to be honest with you.
What was it like, you know, bringing all your instruments onto the stage and having the setup and everything like that? To
be honest, it was scary because like, sometimes like the venues, you didn't know like their positioning, and like I didn't know how to like where to stand or like how to do this and how to do that. So it was kind of like I learned as like I went, like where to stand and like taking all the instruments up, plugging them all in, like this isn't working, what do I do, like troubleshoot. And then like the guy who like mixes like live, like the live guy, he would just come up and like help us out. And like, and now I know why like bands use like all these people, because they all have a job for sure, like, and they like make sure that the amps are working, like all the guitars are tuned.
Do you miss that?
Strangely and oddly enough, no. I thought it was it was a beautiful thing, because like I feel like acoustic music is so much like like it's more intimate and it's more like of like an ear pleaser, but I felt like it wasn't gonna deliver what creatively I wanted. So for instance, what I mean by that is like if you play basketball or like a sport, your ultimate goal is to be pro. So you start off playing high school, or you start off playing like, you know, around
like
your city
up.
And then you get to college, and then you end up either being a pro or you go off to like some other country to do it, but essentially you want to be a pro. And I felt like that type of music wasn't gonna get me to the highest level.
To being a pro?
Yeah.
Like you wanted to be like the plain white tees?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I felt like I knew kind of it wasn't gonna get to the end, like the end result that I wanted.
Yeah.
So I had to reinvent myself.
So do you feel like there was pressure for you to change, or like is it something that you felt it was easy for you to change?
There wasn't any pressure. It was more so like a life decision, because I knew right away that I wanted to make music, and creating music was always like going to be a part of my life. So
yeah,
when I started with FL, I had an aunt that was friends with like this group called Lays and Royal, and she had told me, oh, you know what, like that's cool that you make music on your computer, like I can introduce you to a lot of people. And what happened was that the band side of things started falling apart, kind of like me and my friend kind of like just started like being a lot more distant. And what ended up happening is that ended, obviously. But I still found an outlet in FL where I was like, hey, I can kind of create stuff right here. Like I can do it by myself. Like I don't need.
Where were you guys actually recording at? Like in your garage, or?
No, we Googled like random studios by our house, and we would go to like these random like hole in the wall spots.
How much
like,
were they?
They charged like $300 for like 4 songs, and I recorded all the guitars. I recorded all the bass. We did all the vocals, and then all he really did was mix it, and it just came out. That's and then.
Do you feel like it was worth it?
Yeah, definitely, because if I hadn't have gone into the studio at that age, I wouldn't have known or had the experience of knowing what it's like to develop an artist, you know, or say like when you're in a studio with them. So like I wouldn't have the knowledge of saying you should back up a little from the mic or do this. Like when you're engineering, there's like little things that.
What's like one thing that you learned that, you know, like someone who's recording at home, they've never been to a studio, like what would you tell them?
Like, buy a cheap little mic, like literally like go to Guitar Center, buy like a $30 mic, USB, plug it into your laptop, whatever recording software you have or production software you have. Learn what a voice sounds like to record, like literally like learn what it looks like as a wave pattern, and like just test it out. Like literally have someone like sing something for you really quick just to see how you actually like put voice and like, you know, vocals together. It definitely teaches you a lot.
What about like some influences that you had growing up? Like who'd you listen to?
Woo! Dang, you ready for this one? This is a long list.
Well, start with like the genre.
Well, I want to say the first song that I really loved, I was a little kid. I think I was like no more than like 9 years old.
Mm.
And it was Hot in Here by Nelly, for sure.
Oh, really?
Like, I was like 9 or 8 years old. And then,
I used to like that song.
yeah, it was like a cool song. And then the video came out, and like I would watch it on MTV Hits, like right before like I would go to school, and I'd be like, hey. My brothers definitely had a very big like diversity. Like, one listened to like straight up hip hop, the other one listened to alternative.
Mm.
So I felt like
There's a mosquito in here. I know. Did you bring it from the Everglades?
from the Everglades. No. One was from like a alternative background, so he listened to like a lot of like Puddle of Mud, Nirvana. What else is there? Third Eye Blind, stuff like that.
Like the 90s stuff?
Yeah, like early 2000 stuff. And then the other one listened to like, like Nelly, like Eminem was big, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent. And I feel like all of that kind of like led into like my middle school days, which eventually became like that G-Unit era.
Yeah.
You remember that G-Unit era? Dude,
I don't.
You weren't into it? That was like, it was like a G-Unit era, and then...
I wasn't really into rap. I listened to like rock and stuff.
Yeah, okay, so that's like later on. I was into like that whole G-Unit era, and then it was T-Pain, Lil Wayne.
I remember that era.
And then after that, I think I was like 12 years old. That's when I got my first guitar. My dad was like, if you really want to make music, like, just get a real instrument. Like, learn how to do it. So I got a guitar when I was 12, and then from there, he kind of showed me like the good stuff, like Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd.
You how to play it, or just like to listen to it?
Just listen to this, try to copy what they do. So I literally got on the computer, tabs, started learning. Like, the first song I ever learned on guitar was Metallica.
Was it Enter Sandman?
No, not Enter Sandman. What was that other one? Nothing Else Matters.
Oh, okay.
First song I ever, because they're all open notes. So literally first song.
Did you ever play Guitar Hero?
Yeah, I sucked. I wasn't good at all.
It's so funny. Everyone that played guitar, they hated it, but I was actually really good at it.
Yeah, I never got good at it. Like, I sucked the whole way through. Like, it just never got any better.
But yeah.
But yeah, that's as far as like.
Do you ever try like making beats like rock beats?
You know what? I was honestly like, I was talking to this one producer, Foreign got him, and he's been like really trying to make like metal hip hop.
Yeah.
And he like samples a lot of guitar. I haven't really gotten into that, but it's kind of like intriguing when like you at first you don't really like, you don't think they're gonna connect, but he's showed me some of the stuff, and I'm like,
I mean, Lil Peep made it work.
yeah. which is interesting too, because you can so tell like off of his music like how like our generation is just a ball of just mixture. Like,
yeah, because it was like, yeah, you could tell like the influences and stuff. I feel like there's a lot of people that try to make like rock and hip hop. Like, have you ever heard that song "Party Like a Rock Star"?
Yeah.
Like, I always hated that song because I feel like it wasn't really good for, it wasn't really good rock.
It wasn't really good rock.
You know.
But it had like a huge like southern like hip hop beat on top of like,
yeah, because I feel like it was like trying like pandering. You feel me? Like, I feel like it was like trying too hard to be like rock song and rap.
Yeah,
song.
I could still see that. Yeah.
So I feel like
it didn't really reach anything.
Yeah, because like the rock that I listen to is like, it's not like the mainstream rock that everyone knows and stuff. It's like, I feel like it's like real rock, and I feel like, well, it's like alternative, like Muse and stuff like that. I like that stuff, and I always wanted to like see that kind of rock and like rap, like rap beats,
like kind of like fused together.
Yeah,
it'd be really hard, but I'm
like,
sure like it could be done.
Because the way I see it is like, especially here in Florida, I don't know if you noticed, but we have like this sound, like everyone like like the XXX song, stuff like that is like all grungy.
Dude, A Day to Remember is from here. Yeah, like
but the thing is that like everyone thinks rock is just like you have to be sad and depressed all the time, but there's like happy rock.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No one ever tries to make happy rock into like rap. They just do like the depressing stuff because they know that's what people are gonna buy.
I feel like Lil Yachty kind of tried to get on like a happy vibe,
but not
like,
rock. like a
not rock, but yeah, I can totally see what you're saying, like kind of like a happier rap song.
Yeah.
We definitely gotta hit a Lil Yachty for that one.
Were you a Lil Yachty fan?
Hell yeah, dude, like for sure. It's funny because I was talking to her about it, like she's just as into like hip hop, like how I am, and she discovers artists first too. And we were just talking about this the other day.
Do you guys like each other's music?
Yeah.
Like yes,
we share everything. Yeah. It's so weird how like our music taste is like, but
because me and my girl have like totally separate, opposite tastes.
Oh shit! So she's like, I got the aux cord today.
Yeah. She's more into like she's more into like the lyrical stuff. I'm more into like the SoundCloud stuff. Like I like SoundCloud music.
I like both. I kind of like, I feel like as like a producer, I kind of like, I can't be prejudiced against any type of music. A lot of people say I don't like country. I don't like this. If it sounds, if it's a hit, it's a hit. Like you can't deny it. Like if it's on the Billboard chart, and then it's gotta be good. Like
because a lot of people are saying it's good.
Like there's definitely somebody listening to it. Like that's at the end of the day, that's what it is. Like, who listens? Like how many people are listening to it? So
yeah,
that's how I see it. And respect to everyone that makes whatever type of music, because we're all different, and that's what makes the world go around, like diversity. Like,
especially that difference, like when you collaborate, it's like
you mix them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a big thing that a lot of people like they ask me, oh, what kind of music are you into? I say I'm into music. Like it doesn't matter what it is.
What about like some like on the West Coast? Like what are some artists you see blowing up on the West Coast right now, and also like coming here to Miami? Like who do you see? Like who do you notice from Miami coming up now too?
So okay, from the West Coast, definitely the Bay Area will always have a strong influence. Like that's off top, just because they're like some of the founders. But there's a lot of people that are doing the ratchet thing, and I make shout out to DJ Mustard. Like I make some like ratchet beats, but I try to do it my own way, not like completely like bite DJ Mustard. Yeah, like because I feel like that's kind of like, I mean, obviously like you have to have some sort of inspiration to make something, but like don't like completely like rip it off. Like kind of add your own little twist to it, and that's what I feel like. Sometimes people hit me up like, oh, do you have West Coast type beats? Like, yeah, I have West Coast type beats.
What is a West Coast type beat? Like
100 BPM.
Really?
100 BPM for sure. It has to have claps, it has to have 808s, and it has to have
but like it has those short 808s, right?
Yeah, like the little short sounding 808s, and then claps for sure, and then a bunch of the hey.
Oh yeah, Juicy J's.
Yeah, I try not to use those anymore because
Juicy J got mad.
Yeah.
He said, "Yo, I didn't let nobody use that."
Yeah, West Coast type beat. And that's another crazy thing because like everybody asks me like, oh, what's your why do you have a picture of like Batman Beyond as your Instagram profile pic? And I say because I'm Batman Beyond. Like the new Batman, whatever, and Dr. Dre is Bruce Wayne, old man Bruce Wayne. So he's like, kind of like that's what I try to like make.
Oh, you like your prodigy.
Yeah. So, like for sure, because like born and raised in LA, you like want to be Dr. Dre and like Snoop and all of them. So, I'm like that new like.
Who are some artists that you would want like on your beats, and also like who would you want to collab with on beats? Like what producer would you want to collab with?
Ooh, an artist on my beat from like right now or from like back then? Anyone?
Well, if they're not, they gotta be alive.
From right now, I would want to work with all of the youth. The youth runs the industry right now. So, like Smoke Perp, Lil Pump, Trippie Redd. Like whoever was on the XXL cover this year, they are on, and I don't care what the fuck anybody says. Can I cuss on this?
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. Like there's a lot of hate out there. Like those people earned their right to be on that magazine. Like shout out to everyone who was like, talked about, but they earned it. Like at the end of the day, obviously people are gonna get snubbed. Like But
I just don't understand why they didn't just pick another person. Like, they could have just, just added someone. There's literally so many rappers.
oh yeah,
And they
definitely.
put 9 rappers.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, they came out saying that it was for certain reasons, and they did it that way for whatever reason they came up with. But whatever, man. Like, life goes on. It's not at the end all be all. People are still making money. Lil Baby's still gonna be Lil Baby. NBA YoungBoy's still gonna be NBA YoungBoy. 6ix9ine is still gonna be 6ix9ine.
Boy should have been on there.
Hell yeah, man! It's like, dude, like,
Could have been.
because they're moving the culture forward. Like, it's, these people, again, going back to what I was saying, like, music is music. People listen to it, and that's the ultimate thing. Like, at the end of the day, like, these people are defining what is, like, the music industry, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have any advice you want to give to, like, anyone starting out right now making music?
For starters, if you're gonna be promoting yourself on Instagram or Twitter, wherever, unfollow anyone who is gonna doubt you. Like, you have to have, like, a narrow, like, you have to, like, your vision has to be completely narrow. Like, there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna try to, like, say that you're whack, you're not gonna do it. Like, delete all those people from your life. You got to be 100% positive and know why you want to do it. Don't do it because I want to make a lot of money, or I want to do this, or I want to be famous and be on this. And no, like, do it for a real reason. The reason I do it, and I tell everyone straight up, the reason I pursue music and do it so hard is so that my family, at the end of the day, will never have to see hard labor ever again, like, at all. Like, my dad and my mom, I do not want them working. If for whatever reason I die but they're taken care of, my destiny was fulfilled. And that's a real reason to do something, not because of, like, the whole, like, I want to be SoundCloud famous or whatever. Like, forget all that stuff. Like, that stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, any of that matters. Like,
I feel like it does, because honestly, look at Lil Pump. He wanted to be SoundCloud famous.
Yeah, but it comes with the music. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Obviously, like, he had, like, he did what he did because he was passionate about it, and he knew one day he was gonna make it. So he deleted all the negative from his life, and everyone has to be on, you have to delete negativity from your life. No, regardless of what anyone says. Like, you have to, like, have tunnel vision, for sure.
Of course, for sure. And where can they find you at?
Oh, Instagram at Bennyful. Everybody thinks it's like Benny Fuel, but it's Bennyful.
Yeah,
but I just spell it Fewl, so it's Bennyful.
Yeah,
and then
name.
yeah, SoundCloud Bennyful too, so Fewl.
The show says been 6 feet with Benny.
For sure.